Lose 20 bucks and it sours your whole afternoon. Find 20 bucks and you've forgotten by dinner. Same amount, wildly different sting. Bam! That's loss aversion, quietly rigging every decision you make. Here's the wiring. Your brain doesn't weigh gains and losses evenly. A loss hits about twice as hard as the same size win feels good. Makes sense for a caveman. Miss a meal and you're hungry, lose your footing and you're dead. But that ancient alarm is still screaming in a world of stock apps and free trials. Kahneman and Tversky put a number on it in 1979. Twice. Losing feels roughly 2 times more painful than winning feels pleasant. So you don't play to win, you play mostly not to lose. Watch it run your life. You hold the losing stock way too long, praying it climbs back, because selling makes the loss real. You keep paying for the subscription you never use, because canceling feels like throwing something away. You stay in the job you've outgrown because the comfort you'd lose looms larger than the life you'd gain. But here's the kicker. Marketers can see your alarm from spade. Only 3 left. Offer ends tonight. Don't miss out. They're not selling you a product, they're selling you the fear of losing it. So here's the move. When that squirmy but I'd be losing sting feeling hits, reframe it. Ask, if I didn't already own this, the stock, the plan, the routine, would I buy it again today at today's price? If no, you're not protecting value, you're feeding the alarm. Try it this week. Find one thing you're clinging to purely because letting go feels like loss. Run the fresh eyes test. Decide on your terms because half of freedom is refusing to be governed by the fear of going backward. You're in the driver's seat. You're 40 minutes into a terrible movie. Do you walk out? You don't. You sit there, jaw clenched, watching the whole thing because you already paid for the ticket. Bam! The sunk cost fallacy just made your evening worse on purpose. Here's the trap. Your brain treats money, time, and effort you can't get back as a reason to spend even more. The ticket's gone either way. But quitting feels like admitting the loss, so you double down to avoid the sting. Economists Arkes and Bloomer nailed it in 1985. People who'd paid full price for a ski trip went even in a blizzard, while the ones who got it free stayed home, warm and sane, same trip. The only difference was the money already burned. You know this one. We've been together 5 years, I can't leave now. We've sunk $2 million into this project, we can't kill it. I've read 200 pages of this awful book. Might as well finish. Every time the past is voting in a decision that only belongs to the future. But here's the kicker. Casinos, subscriptions, and salesmen love this bug. You've come this far. Don't waste what you've invested. They're not helping you finish, they're helping you bleed. So here's the move. Ask one question. Knowing what I know now, would I start this today? If the answer is no, the 5 years, the 2 million, the 200 pages, none of it matters. They're already gone. Walk. Try it this week. Find one thing you're only continuing because you started it. A show, a commitment, a half-built plan. Ask the question. Then either recommit on purpose or let it go. Clean. Because the most expensive money you'll ever spend is the money you throw after what's already lost. You just bought a mug for $5 at a thrift store. Nice ceramic thing, hand-painted. Cool enough, but the moment the cashier hands it to you and you slide it into your bag, something shifts. Now it's not just a mug, it's your mug. Suddenly it feels precious. Someone offers you 10 bucks for it, and you laugh. Are you kidding? That mug is worth way more than that. Bam! Your brain just pulled off a magic trick nobody hired it to perform. That's the endowment effect, and it's already pulling your strings. The instant you own something, the moment you claim it as yours, your brain resets its internal price tag. Higher. The very same object, objectively identical, becomes more valuable to you simply because you possess it. Here's why your brain does this. Researchers found that ownership activates a sense of loss aversion in your neural wiring. Your brain didn't evolve to get rid of things casually. When you own something, your brain treats the idea of losing it as a loss, not just a missed gain. Loss hurts more than equivalent gain feels good. This asymmetry is hardwired. So once you own the mug, parting with it feels like a wound, not a transaction. Picture this. You got that job offer last month. The salary they quoted seemed fine at first. But once you accepted, your brain padded the value. Now you're thinking about all the ways you'd be giving up if you left. The offer never changed. Your valuation did. Or think about dating. You start seeing someone casually. Nice person. But the moment you're officially together, suddenly they seem twice as irreplaceable as they did last week. Same person. Your brain's valuation shifted the second you claimed ownership, and Instagram's algorithm knows this. Once you've liked a post, commented, invested your attention, that platform becomes harder to leave. You own a piece of your feed now. Your brain doesn't want to abandon it. But here's the kicker. This bias gets weaponized constantly. Companies use it. They let you try a product at home. Free trial period, no commitment needed. Because they know the moment it lands on your doorstep, your brain is already rewriting its value. Sellers know it too. They'll ask for your reasonable price for your used car. Not what they'd pay for it, but what you think it's worth. They know you'll overshoot because your brain is protecting a possession, not evaluating a commodity. So here's the move. For the next 48 hours, test this. When you're about to buy something or commit to something, a subscription, a hobby, a relationship decision, ask yourself, would I buy this again, today, at today's prices? Not, how much have I already invested? Just the fresh evaluation. Pause before you claim ownership and force a cold look at the value from the outside. That question breaks the spell. The ownership illusion runs deep, but naming it gives you space. You can still own things, invest in things, commit to things, but you don't have to be captured by your brain's inflation of their worth. That clarity, that freedom to own without being owned by the valuation is the edge. Knowledge. You get a $100 bonus on Friday. Your first thought? Not sweet, I have an extra $100. Nope, your brain's already earmarked it. Maybe it's for that app subscription you've been wanting. Maybe it's fun money, permission to blow it guilt-free. But that same 100, if it's your regular paycheck, untouchable. It goes straight to rent. Bam, same money, different rules. Your brain just played accountant with your own wallet. That's mental accounting, and it's already pulling your strings. You treat money differently depending on where it came from or what label you slapped on it, even though a dollar is a dollar is a dollar. Fungible, interchangeable. But your brain? Your brain loves shortcuts. It files your cash into mental buckets instead of seeing one big pool. Gift money gets spent faster. Bonus money feels extra, so it's riskier to invest. Found money? Might as well gamble it. Researchers found that the source of the money hijacks how you value it. Here's the thing. You splurge on a $50 dinner because it came from a tax refund. But you'd never spend $50 of your normal income on that same meal. Feels reckless. A freelancer who just landed a big contract suddenly buys expensive coffee every morning. Not because she's actually richer, because her brain categorized that income as different. At work, you find a $5 bill on the desk. Lunch is on the house, right? But if your employer handed you $5, that's just money. Spend it and it stings. Each mental bucket has its own spending rules, but here's the kicker. This trick gets weaponized. Credit card companies know you'll spend more if you can't see the money leaving. Your company knows you'll guard your salary but feel loose with a bonus. Apps exploit it by letting you earn money inside the system. Suddenly it doesn't feel real, so you spend faster. Try this. For the next 48 hours before you spend any money, pause and ask yourself this. Would I spend this amount if it came from my regular pay? If the answer's no, you've hit a mental bucket. That's your signal to question it. Because here's the freedom move. See all your money as the same, not the same source, the same value, the same power, not You're offered 2 deals. Option 1, $50 today. Option 2, $100 in 1 week. Bam! Your hand shoots out for the 50. Now flip it. Same choice, but both pushed forward by a year. $150 in 1 year or $200 in 1 year and a week. Suddenly you're patient. You take the bigger reward. Wait, what just happened? Your brain just exposed itself. That's hyperbolic discounting. And it's already pulling your strings. Your brain doesn't value time linearly. The difference between today and tomorrow feels massive. The difference between a year from now and a year plus a week barely registers. So when a reward is immediate, you're wired to grab it. Logic be damned. Researchers found this happens because your brain evolved to prioritize the present. In the ancestral environment, a sure thing now beat a promise later. That promise might never come. Your ancestors survived by being present biased. That instinct saved them. Now it sabotages you. Here's how it plays out. You swear you'll start the diet tomorrow, but when tomorrow arrives, the donut in front of you is hyperbolic discounting heavy. One more day, you think. At work, you procrastinate on the quarterly report because the deadline feels distant until it's 48 hours away. Then panic mode hits. On dating apps, you swipe for the immediate dopamine hit rather than pursuing the relationship that took genuine investment 3 months ago. True story, your future self is always more rational than your present self. But here's the kicker. Once you see it, other people start using it against you. Credit card companies, streaming services with free trials, gym memberships that auto-renew. They're banking on your hyperbolic brain. They make the present frictionless, the future consequence buried in the fine print. They're counting on you choosing today over tomorrow. So here's your move, the 48-hour rule. When you want something now, write it down. Wait 48 hours. That delay collapses the hyperbolic curve. Tomorrow becomes almost today. Your brain recalibrates. You see whether you actually want it or your present bias just hijacked you. Try it on the next impulse buy. The next I'll start Monday. The next commitment you half mean. You're not broken, your brain is just running ancient code on a modern world, but you've got something your brain doesn't. The ability to pause and see the pattern. That's the leverage, not... You're standing in the coffee shop. 2 options stare you down. The vanilla latte at $5 or the vanilla latte with an extra shot at $7. You're torn. Actually, you're leaning vanilla, no shot. Then the barista points to the chalkboard. We also have a vanilla latte with caramel, no foam, for $8.50. Suddenly that $7 shot-loaded version? It looks like a deal. You order it. Bam! You just got pranked by your own brain. That's the decoy effect, and it's already pulling your strings. Adding a third option, one that's obviously worse than one of the first two, can flip your entire preference. Your brain doesn't evaluate choices in a vacuum. It compares. It ranks relative to what's around it. The decoy makes the middle option look smarter than it actually is. Researchers found this happens because your brain loves shortcuts. It doesn't want to do the hard math on abstract value. Instead, it reaches for a faster path. Which one beats the decoy? If option B crushes the decoy and option A doesn't, boom. Option B wins almost without you thinking about it. Your brain is wired for relative judgments, not absolute ones. It's comparing, always comparing. Here's what it looks like in real life. You're job hunting. 2 offers. Company A, 90 grand, remote, okay benefits. Company B, 95 grand, in-office, premium benefits. You're genuinely stuck. Then you hear about Company C, 85 grand, in-office, bare bones benefits. Suddenly Company B looks golden. Or you're swiping. 2 matches. One is smart and kind but shy. The other is confident and charismatic but a little surface level. You're genuinely torn. Then you match with someone obviously wrong for you. The decoy. Suddenly the charismatic one sparkles. Your preference just got hacked. But here's the kicker. This trick doesn't just happen to you randomly. Marketers and sales teams weaponize it every single day. The good deal product is often there just to make the premium option look reasonable. SaaS plans do this. Basic, Pro, and then Enterprise at 3 times the Pro price. You weren't comparing Basic and Pro fairly. The Enterprise option primed you to see Pro as the steal. Your brain got played and you paid the difference. So here's your 48-hour move. Pick one thing you're genuinely considering buying or choosing this week. Before you decide, cover up the middle option. Force yourself to compare just 2 things, the cheapest versus the best. How does your gut shift? Then put the middle option back. Notice the difference. That gap? That's the decoy whispering. You're at the roulette table. Reds hit 4 times in a row. Your gut screams black as dew. Dew. You slide your chip forward. Your brain whispers that the odds have shifted, that the universe owes you a black spin. Bam! You just fell into a trap that's bankrupted millions. That's the gambler's fallacy, and it's already pulling your strings. Here's what's happening inside your skull. Your brain loves patterns. It's wired to find them, predict them, ride them, but random events, they don't have a memory. Each flip, each spin, each coin toss has 0 memory of what came before, yet your brain insists they're connected. Researchers found that this bias peaks when we're stressed or tired. The faster you think, the more you fall for it. Let's see it in action. You're job hunting. 3 companies ghosted you. Interview 4 is coming, your brain is certain. This one's yours. The pattern of rejection must break soon, right? Wrong. Each interview is independent, or you're scrolling dating apps. You've swiped left 20 times. The next profile must be better. Must be. Your brain is betting against chance, not with it. Even investing. The market dropped yesterday, so surely it's primed to bounce. That's not how stocks work. The market has no memory, neither does luck. But here's the kicker. Casinos and marketing teams know this about you. They show you the hot machines, the lucky streaks, the charts of past performance. They're not selling you probability. They're selling you hope, wrapped in the illusion of pattern. Your brain buys it every time because it wants to believe randomness is predictable. That feels safer, That feels like control. Here's what you do instead the next time you feel pulled toward a decision because the streak must end. Pause. Actually say out loud, each event is independent. Weird? Sure, but it breaks the spell. For the next 48 hours, notice when this bias shows up. Investing, dating, job hunting, even guessing on tests. Just notice. Don't judge. Write one down. You'll be shocked how often you catch yourself pre-betting the universe. The truth is brutal and freeing. Randomness doesn't owe you anything. Patterns feel real, but they're your brain's fiction. When you see randomness for what it is, truly independent events, no memory, no momentum, you stop throwing your chips away on hope. You gain clarity. You get your agency back. Not